Oh dear Lord. How's it going, guys? Sick Libra here. Try and see what's going on with this. There we go. Got her turned over to live chat. I think that might have been my problem with the last video. Yeah, I know I'm still wearing the same shirt. Still is the incorrect term. I'm once again wearing the shirt. I assure you, laundry has been done. So, I've had a rousing bout of illnesses this winter. More pluff mud. Great stuff. Uh, Everything from RSV to upper respiratory infections to my current fantastic sinus infection. Complete with upper respiratory issues. It's great. Come to find out, though, snuff, great for clearing the sinuses out for about 10 minutes. And then they clog right back up on you. It's delightful. Bad part about it is when you're this congested and you go ahead and hit some snuff, it just kind of lingers up there and doesn't actually absorb really the way that you feel it should. Then about 20 minutes later you get a drip that just surprises you and makes you cough your lungs up. But that's neither here nor there. Yellowborough pipes. Once again, I got some Peter Stokeby's Luxury Twist Flake in there. Peter Stokeby makes some really good stuff. If you ain't tried it, try it. You won't regret it. Some of their stuff's a little hard to get a hold of. So, without anybody tuning in, I'm going to go off on a bit of a ramble. Everybody loves a good ramble in the pipe community, correct? Correct. So, I want to talk about 9mm filters. Some people like them. Some people don't. I am a member of the latter community. And the reason I don't like them is not because they restrict the airflow or anything like that. I personally don't like them because they don't work as advertised. And when I say when they don't work as advertised, what I mean is say you get more than one use out of each filter. I'll tell you straight up, that is bullshit. 100% inside and out. You leave a filter in for more than one smoke, halfway through your second smoke, it's going to wind up clogged up, nasty, and they just turn into a soggy mess. At least the ones I've tried. So, here I am, breaching pipe smoking etiquette by taking my warm pipe apart, smoking a 9mm filter straight shanked. Now, they sell adapters to turn them into a straight shot pipe. And what I found happens with those is they kind of get skanked up out on the outside of the adapter. And not so pleasant to try and clean. So what I do is I just smoke it as is. What I found about that is a lot of people talk about the moisture chamber in there that'll build up because the air is not moving straight through the pipe. Where that is correct, moisture does build up in there. Where it differs from any straight shot pipe that I've ever smoked is even though moisture does collect in there, it turns into more of a goo instead of a straight liquid. And whereas this is really nasty to clean up, and I mean really nasty to clean up, uh, normally after 3 or 4 smokes, like you're pulling out a nasty wadded up paper towel whenever you're done. It does keep the pipe from bubbling. It keeps your smoke dry. It keeps it keeps the flavor good, and you don't have any moisture that kind of collects down in the bottom of the pipe, which is a good thing, especially if you suffer from tongue bite down towards the bottom of the pipe, because it'll keep you from getting that steam burn action. So, 9 millimeter pipes, I just don't put a filter in them, and I smoke them as is, and they work great. I pretty much run my corn cob the same way. It's built to take a filter. I just don't use one. And whereas, yes, it makes the inside of the stem really nasty. If you remember to clean it, it's not a big deal. You just can't be lazy about it. And I know I have a tendency to be. So I've started to venture a little bit more into the aromatic realm of things. And I mean a little bit. I mean, you can hardly say that the luxury twist flake is actually an aromatic. Maybe lightly aromatic, slightly flavored. But definitely not what I would consider an aromatic. And then there's always plum cake. Plum cake is considered an English aromatic. Where there's a little touch of flavoring in there, I really can't consider that an aromatic. So I've got a question for you guys, and it's something I've actually wondered for a little while. Whereas I know that the outside shape of the bowl doesn't really make all that much of a difference in the way it smokes unless you are talking about variances in the thickness of the wood itself. But I want to know experiences with you guys. What type of blends smoke the best out of what type of bowls? Short and wide bowls versus tall and narrow bowls versus little tiny bowls with thin walls versus big bowls with thick walls. Take your pick. I just kind of really want to know, you know, what y'all think smokes how and what type of bowl. And I'm interested because you got some people out there that are connoisseurs of just about everything. They got more pipes than you could shake a stick at. And then you've got people out there that are, one type of blend to like their 4 pipes or whatever. I'm many blends to just a few pipes. But what got me wondering about this was the Newminster Superior Round. Outstanding blend. However, I've got that little Meerschaum Dragon Claw. It's not a big guy at all. It's just a little guy. And that stuff smokes horribly out of that pipe. Absolutely terrible. However, stick that stuff in a bigger, wider bowl. For some reason, it tastes like straight up toasted marshmallows, like all the way down. I mean, it burns a little hot. We talked about that before, but why does it taste better in a bigger bowl than it does out of a smaller bowl? Because in theory, it's the same smoke, right? So, types of blends, bowl sizes and bowl depths, and thickness of the bowls. Let me know how you think that all plays into each other, because I'm actually really interested, because I'm thinking about working on dedicating my pipes a little bit more specifically. Obviously not my meerschaums, because well, they don't ghost and I don't care. So I'll smoke whatever out of my meerschaums. But the few briars that I have, I think I kind of want to dedicate them to different types of blends. Like my big Randy Wiley, the one that I call my horror-pipe. If you look at some of my earlier videos, I talk about it. I just don't have it down here with me. Even though the bowl is way thick, it's got a really, really deep, somewhat narrow chamber to it. Whereas this guy has got a really shallow bowl. I mean, honestly, it's a shallow bowl. It's only about a knuckle deep tops, and but it's really wide. So I'm actually really interested to hear what types of blends to what types of bowls that you guys prefer. I'm gonna cut her off here. I'll talk to you all later.